Alright, so I got the right side harness soldered back up. I got it all wrapped with this cable, and I got the heat shrink on there. Soldered all the little connectors, and then I'm going to connect the other side up here in a little bit and wrap everything back up with aluminum foil. This harness actually has like a protective aluminum foil layer to keep the wire separate for the glow plugs from the main harness. I think that's just mainly so that the glow plug wire doesn't take a chance of melting the main injector control lines. Over here on the left side, I still got another bank to do. Once that's done, once I get done soldering these little pigtail connectors on each side, I'll just put the valve covers back on and get the other harness on first. I got the new harness on this side. I need to plug all those little connectors in, and yeah, coming along pretty good. I got my little seals in the mail. These little tiny seals that go inside here. Inside each of these solenoids is a little tiny connector here, and then the harness plugs in inside there. And there's a seal that keeps the oil out of it, the little tiny connector inside of there, because obviously it'll short out if there's oil inside. So this is what the connectors look like. They've got kind of a little 2-pin pigtail on the end. And I didn't realize this, but they all have this little brown seal that goes on them all the way around. So I couldn't find those anywhere, and what I ended up doing was just ordering a bunch of these black connectors. I just ordered some black connectors and stole the little seals off of them because it was the closest thing I could find to the original, which is, this is the original on the right that was in there that I pulled out, and this is the one that I pulled off of the little terminals. And I think that the website that I got them from was called connectorsandterminals.com or terminalsandconnectors.com. And so I just ordered up about 20 of these. I think they had a minimum order of $15, so I got some extras for next time. But these are called Metri Pack or Weather Pack. I think they're called Metri Pack. And they go inside of the boot and keep the oil out of the injector head. So I couldn't find them anywhere. I mean, I really tried too. I tried all the stores, and finally ended up ordering them, like I said, from this website. And so here they are finally. So I'm going to put them in and then put the harness back on and get that all connected up, get the valve cover in place, bolt that all back down. There's a couple of bolts in the back that are kind of a hassle. One really close to the firewall back there, and you know, a couple over there on that side that are kind of a pain underneath that shirt there that I have catching any water. But yeah, it's a beautiful day today. At least it's not raining like it was yesterday. Got my exhaust all connected back up there, and got the flapper taken out of there like I was talking about before. I do need to still put the little plug in so that it won't throw the emergency code when I start it and when it sees that the flapper's not there anymore. Gotta put my rest of my gauges in. Got a little bit of wiring inside the cab to do for that. So it's kind of a mess in here right now. You can see where I'm running all those wires. That's the old switch that the person had put in. And here's the new center console that I put in. Center cluster that I put in. It's just got oil pressure in the middle there. You can't see because of this light glare. So it's got oil pressure in the middle. That's a voltmeter on the left. And then water temperature on the right. And then this is my new triple gauge by Glow Shift, and I'll be doing a whole video about these later, and just maybe show you kind of quickly how I hook them up and where the wires that you have to run for the sensors go and everything. If you guys are interested in that, just let me know, and I'll make sure to get that video posted up. So yeah, just going to be wiring up the center console gauges, wiring up the triple cluster for the console. Maybe doing a little bit of work on this interior. It's got some problems with the headboard, a couple of scratches and holes and things. Maybe some cigarette marks or something. So the headliner, I might need to do some work on that. Seat's in pretty good shape. Carpet's got some problems. There's a couple holes in it. Pretty terrible looking actually. So I might rip this carpet out and put some different carpet in. I don't know. It's just going to be a work truck for hauling quads. It's going to get dirty anyhow. So alright, so I just got back from a test drive, pulled in the driveway, and there's fuel just everywhere, leaking all down around the transmission, you know, all behind here. It was mainly draining on the ground right here, directly underneath the transmission, and it's still kind of dripping. It's definitely fuel, I can smell it. The only thing I've changed up in that area was I did drop the exhaust pipe down when I was working on the turbo for the exhaust flapper delete. So I don't know if maybe I knocked a fuel line loose or something happened with the exhaust where it pushed up against a fuel line, but I'm really glad I wasn't on a long drive because there's just fuel all over the rear axle back there. You can see it was really leaking really bad, and it sprayed all over everything back there. But I think the majority of the fuel, it looked like once I stopped, it was coming from right above the transmission here behind the oil pan. So I'll have to try and figure out where up in there the fuel line came disconnected.